Manhattan, where the Diddy's trial is taking place, guys. Hit that like button. Gotta get them lights up, guys. I ran out here after being live earlier. There will not be a verdict tonight. There will not be a verdict tonight, but we have some news. We have some news coming out of this courtroom today. So hit the like button, guys. You guys come in. Hit the like button as you guys come in. Subscribe to the channel. Support via Cash App and Super Chats also. Thank you everybody who donated earlier. I appreciate you guys for your donations from earlier. Now, like I said, I ran out here after being live earlier. After there was a note handed to the judge, right, to the prosecution, and then they brought Diddy in, and there was something about a juror, right? A juror causing chaos inside of that building across the street, guys. Well, technically the building, is around the corner, but I get the point. And not following instructions. Okay, so that was earlier today. That sent headlines everywhere, right? Of course, Diddy was happy to hear that. Diddy's defense team wants that juror to stay on, right? They went back into deliberations, and they have not decided on a verdict. 5 hours, and we have some stuff to tell you guys about. As far as also, right before they left, before they were dismissed, they asked about drug distribution, and we're going to get into that. And many people are speculating what's going on with that. We're going to get right into that and what that means. Is it good? Is it bad for the defense? Is it good for the prosecution that the jury would be asking about drug distribution? I'm going to get into that. Obviously, the drug distribution, the predicate falls under the RICO racketeering portion of the charge that he's charged with. We're going to get into that, but right out here inside New York City, it was drizzling a little bit. But we good now. We all Gucci. Hit that like button. Let me let y'all see the view of the court. Shout out to Jima's World is in the building. Salute to your Jima's World. The jury asked about drug distribution. The answer to the question is yes. Puff is done. Another predicate act. MAC, that's your wishful thinking. Hey, MAC. You guys are wishing and hoping and wishing upon a star. Y'all are finding, trying to find every little thing, every little movement, every question. You know what that tells me, MAC? Them asking about the drugs, we're going to get more into that, is that they are actually debating. They are debating. And somebody has an issue with drug distribution being a part of this. Maybe it's juror number 25, the guy who is, or the female actually, who is causing all of the chaos inside there. We're going to get into that. T. Williams, shout out to you, T. Williams. MAC, it's show though. They just want to know the instructions on that. I'm going to get into that drug thing. I'm going to get into that. Matter of fact, let me start off with the drug. Let me start off with the drugs. Now, let me see. Okay. Right before they ended court today, the jury sent a note to the judge, right? And they asked the question. The jury questions concerns about the distribution of controlled substances. Hit the like button, guys. You guys come in. Okay? And I know to the judge, the jurors asked that if a person asks for controlled substances and another person gives it to the requester, is the person who hands over the controlled substances considered to be distributing them? Okay? The judge then asked the prosecutors and defense attorneys to meet and confer about how to respond to the juror's question and let him know by 6 p.m. All right, that was a little bit earlier. Right? Now, what happened with that, guys, the prosecution, they stood up and said, yes, it constitutes as distribution, guys. Hit the like button. But then Diddy's defense team said, no, wait a minute. No, we want to talk about that one. we are not ready to give that answer yet. And that's when the judge said, okay, you know what? By 6 o'clock tonight. But then the judge let him out. They just said, you know what? The court is adjourned, and they will come back tomorrow, and they will tackle that drug question tomorrow. So the defense is going to say, obviously, Diddy's defense team is not going to agree to the drug distribution being, you know, what they said, right? And what the prosecutor has said. It's going to be interesting to see how they frame it. That is a part of the predicate act for RICO racketeering, but they did not agree to that yet. They're going to come back in the morning, so that's going to be big. They're going to hash that out in the morning of what to tell the jury. Obviously, the jury is deciding whether or not that is drug distribution, but that does not mean all 12 jurors would find him guilty on that just because they asked the question. Like I reported, one juror said he doesn't really want to, follow the instructions. It is a rogue juror in there. So obviously they are going back and forth, debating on everything, and obviously the drugs came up, and they're on a drug part, and they are obviously one or two of the jurors, or a few of the jurors, probably don't really want to find him guilty of the drug distribution. Thus, that's the reason they went back and sent the letter to the judge asking about drug distribution. So there is an argument going on. That does not mean all 12 is going to find him guilty of drug distribution, meaning the RICO racketeering. I know it's wishful thinking for a lot of people that want to find him guilty, but now see. Now, in Mac, you said the answer is yes. Well, we shall see what the defense comes back with tomorrow, because there's drug distribution with intent to sell, and there's basic drug distribution. Are you willing to put somebody in prison 15 years, or do you hate Diddy that much that you want to give up your own freedom for him to get 15 years to life because of his own person who used drugs, and maybe some of his friends did the drugs? Are you prepared to do that? Remember, that sets a big precedent. It's all about precedents, guys. Hit that like button. Imagine, I'm going to use this example. And I'm going to get to T. Williams and your comments. Your hatred of Diddy is so big that you are willing to give up your own rights for the government to find him guilty of drug trafficking, drug distribution, or because he gave some of his friends some of his personal use drugs to use, not sell, right? And the reason I ask this question is because what's going to happen? That means everybody who has ever smoked on a joint, right? Smoked a Philly, a blunt, because you purchased it off the street, right? And whatever, illegal substance you have in there, you're getting high in your hood, in your neighborhood, right? Or maybe not even your hood, a nice affluent neighborhood, and you decided to have some friends over, and you were sharing your joint, you were sharing your blunt with some friends on your stoop or whatever. Guess what's going to happen? If this goes through, what the feds are trying to do to Diddy right now, if you get high, you are on a hook for drug distribution by giving your friends a puff of your blunt. Or y'all guys prepared for that to go down?
Yeah, me and my great social circle.
Or y'all prepared for that precedent to be set? Or so you can say, see, Raze, we did it. I told you he was guilty. I told you. Guess what? Half of America is going to be guilty then of drug trafficking, giving their friends some of their personal use drugs if requested. Slippery slope. This whole case is about setting precedents so the government can come back and charge you guys for the same thing. If you have a business and you get high with some of your employees, guess what? You are a drug trafficker. You are guilty of RICO racketeering. If that's the case, hit that like button, guys. I just try to come out here and make some sense of the whole thing. They will hash that portion of the questions about the jury, about the drug distribution tomorrow. Obviously, it is apparent that they are disagreeing inside of that courtroom, those jurors in their chambers, about what is considered drug distribution. And I'm going to get into how even if they explain drug distribution technically on paper, it is considered illegal, right? And it is considered you just giving it to your friends. How the jury can still find not guilty by way of jury nullification. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, because the jurors do not have to go along with that letter of the law. And I'm going to read to you exactly what it says. And that's the problem with juror number 25. That's the reason he was like, oh, it was a she, juror number 25, that caused the chaos earlier, saying, I want to do my own thing. Obviously, there is some disagreements with these charges. And all it takes is one. All it takes is one person to destroy this for the prosecutors, and we will have a mistrial or a hung jury. So let me sit back down. Let me sit back down. Now the jury deliberated for about 5 hours before they were, let go. They are able to make their own schedule. They could have stayed, way longer past 5. But obviously they came to an agreement to go home. So there's that. Let me see. Asking for clarification doesn't mean that they disagree. It doesn't mean that they agree. Obviously, in Mac, I know you're wishful thinking. Obviously, they are debating. That's what they're doing. They are debating about the drug distribution. Obviously, maybe somebody out in that jury room says, hey, Ted, come on, guys, it is drug distribution, the letter of the law, as you're saying in Mac. And somebody else saying, oh, that's BS. Even if that person knows it's probably the letter of the law, but he probably is so amazed and stunned like us, like, are you really going to put that man in jail 15 years for RICO racketeering for personal use drugs and him just sharing it with some friends? Or is that what America is doing now? Putting drug users in jail. We're not talking about selling drugs. So that is what they're arguing about in Mac. Now let me read to you guys. Let me just show you guys. Let me read to you guys about the juror, the wild card that is causing problems with the jury. All right. Max says I agree. If he goes, the whole industry needs to go with him. Normal people that like to get high. That means you're putting a drug user, a drug addict in jail 15 years of life. This is the precedent that we are setting here if this goes down. So now it says, this is courtesy of CNN, guys, by the way. Shortly after, now it says, the jury's note about wild card juror is significant, legal expert says, okay? Shortly after the jury began deliberations, the foreperson, which is a black female, by the way, sent a note to the judge expressing concern that juror number 25 cannot follow your Honor's instructions, okay? That is a huge problem, no matter how y'all twist it, for the feds, for the prosecution, okay? That is huge. That is a huge problem. And this part of the person that's disagreeing with the drug distribution angle that the feds are trying to put out there. Okay? This is significant development in the case because the concern is being raised so early in the deliberation. They was only deliberating for like an hour before this came about. Okay? According to Alan Tuckheimer, a jury consultant and attorney not affiliated with the case. There is a wild card on this jury, and that is significant. It happened incredibly quickly, okay? There is a lot of give and take, back and forth. Deliberations can get incredibly heated, and that's part of the process. Okay, he said, as he told CNN. For the jurors to say that one juror is not going to follow the judge's instructions, that is quite notable, especially at this early stage of the process. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Anybody new to the channel, guys? Yes. All right. According to the note, the foreperson also asked to speak with the judge or to have juror number 25 interviewed. Okay. Which Tuckheimer said is the next step in the process. And then it's really up to the judge to decide All right, I don't know if this juror could continue to deliberate, but they've already started, so there's already good grounds for any type of appeal by the defense should there be a conviction, he added. Tuckheimer said this scenario is a possible massive headache at this early stage of the game, especially since the judge already dismissed a juror early this month, okay? Now, juror number 25 is a 51-year-old male who works as a scientist and lives in Manhattan with his domestic partner. Okay, so obviously he is part of the LGBTQ community, guys. All right, on June 16th, the judge dismissed juror number 6 over the juror's inconsistent disclosures about where he lives. Hit that like button so the person that's causing the problem is part of the LGBT community, and obviously I'm going on the assumption he is not feeling what the prosecution is selling. That is huge, and he is still there. He has not been dismissed. And as far as these drugs things, the drug debate, it's likely him, the one throwing a monkey wrench into finding Diddy guilty of the racketeering and the drug distribution force. He's probably like me, like, are y'all really going to find him guilty for drug distribution for giving his friends drugs? That means half of America is going to be guilty of this. You know what I'm saying? And why are you targeting Diddy? And that's been the biggest question. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. They wasting time, says Percy Gasper, free Diddy. Richard Moorhead says, rooted, let's go. Hit that like button, guys. Junior's Cheesecake Time says street smart. T. Williams says it sounds like a hung jury. Now, all right, let's look at what is a hung jury, guys. Okay. All right, first let's look at what's a mistrial, because I'm down here. I talked to a couple of people. Some people are predicting a mistrial, right? Now let's see what is a mistrial. A mistrial is a trial that is not completed. Instead, it is halted and declared invalid, usually before a verdict is delivered, okay? Mistrials may occur for a variety of reasons. For example, the judge may determine that a hung jury will not be able to resolve its differences through further deliberation and declare a mistrial. Hung juries, however, are only one possible reason for a mistrial. Mistrials may also be declared due to misconduct on the part of an attorney or juror. Okay? Now that juror, I guess you want to say he's not conducting himself proper. Comments made in front of the jury that will make it unfair to continue the trial with the same jury. Unavailability of a key participant in the trial due to illness, injury, or death, or other reasons. In other words, when a trial is halted due to a hung jury, that is a mistrial. However, not all mistrials result from a hung jury, guys. All right? If the jury cannot agree on a verdict on one or more counts, the court may declare a mistrial on those counts. A hung jury does not imply either the defendant's guilt or innocence. The government may choose to retry any defendant on any count on which the jury could not agree. Okay, guys? So y'all getting the definitions of what's going on. Also, is a mistrial the same as a hung jury? Question mark. If a verdict still cannot be delivered, at some point the judge will declare a mistrial due to the hung jury. In parentheses, mistrials can happen for other reasons, so when a trial ends in a mistrial, it is not necessarily due to a hung jury. All right, does a hung jury mean acquittal? For the defendant, a hung jury may mean that they have not been found guilty, but it also means that the case could be retried, leading to additional stress and costs for the defendant. For the prosecution, a hung jury means that they have failed to secure a conviction, which can be a blow to their case and reputation. All right? And what can be said to be a milder form of jury nullification, some of the jurors, or even just one in most cases, can hang the jury by maintaining a not guilty verdict, even though they believe the defendant broke the law. And that's where we get into the drug law, guys, of distribution. Hit that like button. Guys, it's going down. It's going down. I just read it. Remember, I was saying I would practice jury nullification if I was in that jury by saying not guilty. Remember, I was saying that. Remember, I would shout out to Bruce Sim too. Remember, I was saying that. I would put I would use my jury nullification to say not guilty, especially if they keep trying to tell me and insult my intelligence that drug trafficking is what Diddy was doing when he decided to have somebody buy him some personal use drugs, right? And decided to share it with some friends at the freak-offs, right? If they try to insult my intelligence like that, and I don't care what it says on the law, as a code on the paper, I'm practicing jury nullification, and let's read it right here. And what can be said to be mild form of jury nullification, some of the jurors, or even just one in most cases, can hang the jury by maintaining a not guilty verdict, even though they believe the defendant broke the law. So technically, let's just say tomorrow, all right, the judge say, yeah, distribution is him giving some person use drugs to some of his friends. They're getting high together, right? And of course, Diddy's defense team is going to deny that and say it's not that. But let's just say it doesn't matter if that one juror says, you know what, I don't agree with that law. I'm practicing jury nullification, and I'm just reading right here. Even though I know technically, according to the prosecution in the letter of the law, that he broke the law, I would not find this guy guilty. It's like I said earlier, getting brought into trial for jaywalking. Let's say they did that to Tupac. They did that to Tupac back in the days, and Tupac was pissed because they didn't get him on something, and they said let's bring him in for jaywalking, right? Now, if I'm a juror on that trial, I can say, you know what? Yeah, technically he did jaywalking. Technically he broke the law, but I'm practicing jury nullification. I'm finding not guilty because this man should not be sitting in jail for 15 years to life because of that. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I just making it all clear to you guys right now, live from downtown Manhattan. Hit that like button. The fake Miko Worldwide is in the building. Don't pass that blunt razor. That's a Rico. Bingo, T. Williams. And people that are rooting, say, oh, that means that they're going to find them guilty on drug distribution. Nope, that means they are debating drug distribution. That means some of the jurors is like having a tough time on that. Like, oh, did they really prove a predicate to racketeering? Should this even be a racketeering case? A drug distribution, really? We doing that? Okay, y'all can tell. Like I said, if I was in that jury, y'all can. The judge. I don't even care if the judge say, yeah, that is drug distribution. Okay, not guilty. I don't give a like. I'm not helping out the government with that nonsense. That means half of America's teenagers or people that smoke, that share drugs and do drugs, they are guilty of drug trafficking. And if you own a business and you get high with some of your friends at that business or employees, that is drug trafficking, and you can get hit with federal RICO charges. Is that where we want to take America? Is that what we are doing? Just because you guys think you could get Diddy on a technicality, oh, it's guilty, it's illegal, we finally got him. If that goes through, if that happens, and those 12 jurors agree with that, guess what? You are on the hook. Even if you don't get high, some of your friends that do get high is on the hook. Some of your family members that get high with friends is on the hook for this. Be careful what you wish for, because you just didn't get it. Hit that like button. The free Diddy, they just want the money. Juror 25 was at the freak off, says passport life. Justin Bieber was 15 years old, man. It does not matter. What does Justin Bieber have to do with any of this? Did Justin Bieber testify? Did the feds call in Justin Bieber for any criminal activities that he may have witnessed or been a part of? Let me see. They need to find his supplier. He's just a small fish. Yeah, if they're going to do all this, normally you would think that the drug dealer is the one that would be in a hook, and the drug user would just get rehab. But not with Diddy. Not with Diddy. Not with Diddy. Because the feds want to bury him. And I'm happy that one of those jurors is not just going along blindly with what the feds is doing. And it was brilliant, Mark and Niflio, to talk to the men of that jury. It's about 8 men and 4 women that's on the jury right now. And in his closing statements, he was talking to men, guys. Now I know it's cool to hate on men these days in America. That guy, Diddy's defense lawyer, was talking to men, telling men to look, have some common sense. Stop the bull. We are going too far with all this nonsense. There needs to be some personal accountability for some of these women also that voluntarily engage and fly out to meet up with guys like Diddy in hopes of getting pregnant by him and his types, in hopes of getting money from them, in hopes of getting parts in movies, record deals. If you are a grown adult, accept personal responsibilities, and maybe you would have regret about the things you did, the sexual acts you did with a guy like Diddy, but that was your own mother freaking choice. You kept going back for 3 years. Cassie stayed with him for like 11 years. If it was like a month or a couple of months, and they called the cops and the police, and they were, doing all that, and they never seen Diddy again, then I would be more on board to say Diddy, did something to these women. But they were in real relationships. This is setting a huge, horrible precedent if he is to be found guilty on these charges. And like I said, I am proud of the one holdout juror. There may be some other jurors that's just not as vocal, and that's going to decide to hell with the government, to hell with this drug distribution law, the way it's written. I'm finding him not guilty, and that's all I've been saying. I've been saying that with the whole prostitution stuff too. I'm finding him not guilty because I don't like the way the letter of the law is written. But once again, I'm not on the jury. It's not my decision. And like I said, people that are cheerleading for the federal government, you guys are opening up a Pandora's box. I said I don't mind Diddy being found guilty on something if you charge him properly, and if you get him on assault, if you was able to get him on assault, state charges, whatever. I don't mind Diddy sitting in jail for a few years, but I don't like this precedent being set. Hit that like button though, guys. I want to thank Rocky for that Cash App donation, $10 to the Cash App. I appreciate you. Rocky, I can't exactly read the message because I'm on the phone right now with you guys. But Rocky, thank you for that $10 to the Cash App. Thank you for your donations from earlier, the earlier live stream. Like I said, I ran out here to try to catch the verdict, but there is no verdict. There is no verdict, guys. This is about to be a hung jury, guys. This is about to be a hung jury. Some type of mistrial. He might get retried again. You are not going to get these 12 jurors. They're not going to agree to everything. It's not going to be a full-out acquittable because you got to get all 12 jurors to say not guilty on these charges, and that's not going to happen either. So most of the people that I ran into today, and shout out to my guy Uda on the go, a few other people. I seen Trent Out Loud was live. I walked past him, but a few other people. Sylvia, shout out to Sylvia. Hi. She did a fine job covering the YSL trial, racketeering trial out there inside Atlanta. This is shaping up to be a hung jury. Now, in that event, would the feds use their resources and retry him using a whole new jury? Will they do that? That's the big question. That is the big question. Now, nothing's official yet, but with these arguments going back and forth, right? The jurors is not sequestered, so they're going back home. They're not supposed to be speaking about this case with people, right? But guess what? You know they are. You know they are. Family members or whatever. They're probably Googling, law and this and that. A lot of people will be guilty of RICO if that is the definition. Bruce them too. you're gonna have to arrest half of America. You would have to arrest half of America if you decide to get Diddy on drug distribution because he gave his friends some Molly to take while he was taking. I thought people like that get drug rehab. Are you guys prepared? Just so you can make yourself feel happy that Diddy is being convicted underneath the RICO racketeering because they got him on drug distribution in this manner. Are you prepared to set that precedent to have you arrested, knowing damn well you get high and you be giving your friends some of the drugs you buy? Or somebody in your family, even if you don't get high yourself, your family is opened up now because of this precedent of Diddy getting found guilty of this. Are you prepared just for the sake of nailing Diddy so you can say you were right and everybody was wrong about this case? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Raze live. Raze is live. Cooked up charges that celebrate life. Shout out to you. Diddy needs rehab, not jail, says Raven. Percy Glauber says weed. Like I said, y'all guys can be smoking a blunt. You know what I'm saying? Y'all probably gonna be popping some X, I don't know, party drugs at the club, and you give your friends some. The feds raid the place. Well, they got you against the wall. They got your friend against the wall. They ask your friend, where did you get the drugs? They point to you. Now you get hit with a federal charge, distribution of drugs. You're not selling it, but since you bought it, since you know, it's like, are we doing this now just to get Diddy? Hit that like button, guys. I just bring you guys common sense view of things, whether it be with this trial, anything. Even in the Passport Bro space, the travel space I'm in, you know, I look at things from a common sense point of view. Always have. People that know me, know my channel, know I've always been kind of like, you know, I be in the middle, in between, on certain issues. But I try to give people a fair shake. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on right now with Diddy? This is a one-man RICO, basically. One-man RICO. Only one person was arrested. Y'all can talk about Christina Caron going to get arrested. No. This is a one-man RICO right now. Obviously, you're pretty much saying that Diddy is the only criminal at Bad Boy Records. So how is it a conspiracy? How is it that Bad Boy Records is a criminal enterprise if you only arrested one person? I remember in the Young Thug, you know, in the John Gotti trials, multiple people were arrested because multiple people was a part of a criminal enterprise. This is not the case regarding Bad Boy Records. Now they want to take the man's house, cars, his assets, and I asked the question, why? Why do they want to take all that? He didn't gain his fortune because he was having freak-offs, because he was buying prostitutes, and because he was getting high. He didn't gain his fortune for that. Now, from that, if he would have been selling drugs, if he would have been pimping out prostitutes and getting an income and money, which allowed him to pay for that house, pay for the car, then I could say, yes, you could take his assets. But he bought those houses off of record sales, off of legit businesses. I gave the feds a chance. I looked at the evidence. No way in hell Diddy should be found guilty of sex trafficking, RICO, racketeering. If you want to get him on the Mann Act, fine, Mann Act, which means, you know, dealing with prostitutes, I guess cross state lines also, I don't know, 2 counts of that. That's a minimum sentence of up to 10 years. But for the life of me, I don't know why you're going after him and not the escort agency that actually sent them the prostitutes. the escort agency that actually sold him the prostitutes. So we are not going after the dealers. We are going after the users because you want to nail Diddy. Diddy is a user. He's a drug user. He's not a drug seller. Diddy is a trick. He pays for girls, for women. He pays for men to come bang out his girl to watch. He is not selling prostitution. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Raze. We live. Get the lights up. And like I said, thank you, Rock, for that Cash App. Rock Block Travels. Jake White says salute. Bet you, juror number 25, would love to be invited to the next freak off. I've been hearing them saying, should they, now people from Teach the Tales channel and all that, they were mad. And people that want to see Diddy buried, they were like, oh, they must throw this, the juror off, this rogue juror off. I'm like, why? This rogue juror has his own, matter of fact, now the rogue juror should keep his mouth shut though. And just put not guilty. Just keep his mouth shut and just put not guilty. And that's probably what some of the other jurors is doing. Don't make a fuss about it. Don't debate it. Just put not guilty down the board and hang the jury. Because the prosecution is going to ask for your release to get off. And the judge, it seems like the judge, he don't like Diddy in the defense team anyway. He would gladly ask for the alternate juror to replace him. So if I'm that juror, I would just keep my mouth shut. And I would just say not guilty. Practice your jury nullification rights. Jury nullification rights, guys. Now, let's see what else I got for you guys. Like I said, like I said, I ran out here thinking it might be a verdict. Now, I don't know. Do you guys believe now? It's anybody's guess. Will there be a verdict tomorrow? You know what I mean? Sylvia Robinson, I just give someone a joint. Why you going to jail, Sylvia Robinson? You just gave somebody a joint, you going to jail. You better not own a business. That person better, you better not own a business. They're gonna try to take your business. If you smoke that joint inside on your company premises, RICO racketeering is coming your way. It might sound silly what I'm saying, guys, but it's not. This is what he's facing in there. Of course, they will retry, says Dane. So you're saying in the event of a hung jury, they will decide to retry. Okay. Hit that like button. Shout out to Dan. He's in the building to go through some of your chats. Razor's putting in work today. Yes, we putting in work. Raven says, I don't think so. I think the foreperson will lie and get him convicted. She'll lie and say that all jurors agree on all accounts. Nah, nah, they gotta fill out those sheets. You know what I'm saying? They gotta fill out those sheets. What you calling a hung jury after 7 hours of deliberation? I'ma call a hung jury after tomorrow. Bro, do you not, MAC? Did you not just hear what I said, MAC? Did you not just hear I said juror number 25 said he is not gonna follow the judge's instructions, and that was after the first hour, MAC. Oh God. MAC, I know you are dying for a conviction. I know you want a conviction bad, MAC. You cannot gloss over the fact that juror number 25 said he does not want to follow the judge's instructions. Oh my God. I know y'all don't want to see, people that wanted Diddy to be convicted, y'all wanted an easy slam dunk case. Diddy's defense team is a dream team of defense lawyers. And they are not giving you what you wanted. They are not giving you the slam dunk case you wanted. They are not giving you the automatic guilty, the life in prison sentence. They are denying you that today, and people are big mad about that. People are big mad and big sad. Like I said, guys, people that get high, if this goes down, the precedent is set. Half of America going to be getting brung into that building. That building right there, where they are professionals at putting human beings behind bars. That's what they get paid to do. They get paid to do that. They get promotions by doing that. They get raises by doing that. They make a lot of money by putting you in prison. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Hit that like button, guys. Yeah, they're drawing. They're drawing everything at the wall to see what stick, guys. And Diddy is trying to smack down these charges. Do y'all think there's going to be a verdict tomorrow? It's going to be interesting. What is it for you to look for in a man? I don't understand your question, Anthony Shelton. But Born Ready is in the building. Shout out to you, Born Ready. Hit the like button, guys. My guy, Born Ready, aka Royer is Lawyer, is in the building. Guys, people I talk to, they're saying mistrial. People that was just over there. People that sat inside that court, they're saying it's going to be a mistrial. Some of them with some legal background. The laws are clear. It says in Macwell, jaywalking is a law too. Matter of fact, you want me to go break the law right now? Let me go break the law right now. Hey, Mac, he said the laws are clear. So where's the crosswalk? All right, this is the crosswalk right here. Let me see. Now, you're going to see the street. That's the crosswalk. If I walk in the middle over there, I'm breaking the law. So you know what? I'm going to go break the law in front of this building. And I want them to come arrest me. Since the laws is clear, jaywalking is against the law. So let's go break the law right now. Let's see if these people right here arrest me. I'm breaking the law, guys. I'm breaking the law. Law being broken right now. I just jaywalked. And Mac, I just jaywalked. The laws are clear about jaywalking. Should I get 10 years? Should I get 10 years? And Mac, should I get 10 years? Are you going to call the police on me for jaywalking? Shout out to Willie. What up, Willie? What up, Drabonaut? A juror has gone rogue. Yes, JK. Angel Rose in the building. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, up already. Tell them, let them know. Let them know. Diddy will be free, says Sheldon. Maria is in the building once again. Shout out to Maria. She's back. Hey, I just jaywalked. Travel Squad in the building. I've gotten summons for jaywalking before. Travel Squad, yo. Oh, man. Well, I'm breaking the law right now. I'm breaking the law right now. We are all guilty of this. It's the law. It's the law. The law. Now, hit that like button, guys. Now, I just wanted to do that and make a point. And like I said, with the sex trafficking, if Diddy goes to jail for prostitution, the Mann Act, that means the Punisher and them people that's doing all those interviews, they should go to jail too because they sold their ass. Now, hit that like button, guys. Now, I'm not calling for them to go to jail, but I'm saying, y'all talk about law, is the law and this and that. Why isn't the place that sold him the escorts, why aren't they getting in trouble for selling prostitutes? They know damn well that their client, those escorts are doing sex acts. Don't give me that. Don't try to play stupid. Why aren't the feds raiding that Angels and Birds place, I guess? What's the name of that place? The escort place that sold Diddy the escorts. It's against the law. All the OnlyFans models doing what they doing. Y'all know damn well what they doing. It's the law, Raze. It's the law. They are being investigated now. Who's being investigated, Cream? Who's being investigated? You talk about the, how you know they're being investigated? No, I want arrests. They should have been arrested because you got Diddy on racketeering. You saying he's running a racket. That means that prostitution place that he got those prostitutes, they should have been investigated and people should have been arrested there too. They should have been part of the conspiracy that the government is claiming, which I think is a complete joke. I don't want them to raid those places. I think it's a complete joke. I'm just making a point. Rock City Mob. It's sad to see so many black people not on code. Yes, it's a sad state of affairs. He does not have R. Kelly charges, guys. He does not have charges about dealing with underage minors. These are all consenting adults, guys, that got paid a lot of money. The supposed people he was supposed to traffic, Jane, got paid around $150,000 over a 3-year period, and still getting paid $10,000 a month from Diddy. He doesn't have a kid before. Y'all know Cassie, she got her 20 mil in her lawsuit. 11-year relationship. It is what it is. Because it's not a legal company, because they are a companionship and experience company. Well, then how would Diddy supposed to? Well, Diddy ordered his companions from there, and whatever happened behind closed doors, happened behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, I wish I was in that jury. I wouldn't say nothing. I would just wait until I won't be trying to, if I was in that jury, I wouldn't try to convince anybody else. I just put not guilty down there. I just put not guilty on all of them. No questions asked. I mean, you can ask me. I mean, I tell you, you know, I won't be trying to convince anybody else because I know me. All it would need is for me to say not guilty. I'm not trying to sit there arguing back and forth with people inside there. I'm just gonna put not guilty. There's no need for me to deliberate. I'm just putting not guilty. And I got my right, courtesy of jury nullification. Jury nullification. I would have my right to do that. And I would hang that jury and I would hang it high. Shout out to Amber. Yes, Cowboys for Angels is located in Las Vegas. Prostitution is legal there. Look at MAC. Look at MAC. Look at MAC. Look at that. You. So, listen. You are trying to get Diddy to go to jail for up to 10 years because of the Mann Act for paying for some sex. Basically, MAC. That's why if I was in that jury, I'm practicing jury nullification. I'm saying not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty. If you want to nail Diddy, get him on a proper charges, please. Not RICO racketeering. That's overcharging. That sets a bad precedent. Should not be 15 years to life for that. Like, share, subscribe, says born already. Hit the like button, guys. Diddy committed crimes, period. Well, you gotta charge him properly. And I used this earlier, Cream. When a person commits murder, right? And it might have been done in self-defense, and he's on trial for first-degree murder. A lot of times, the prosecution won't charge him for first-degree murder because it's an overcharge. They would charge him with manslaughter or something like that to try to get a conviction, because if you overcharge them with first-degree murder, the jury might not find them guilty of first-degree murder, especially if they think it was a level of self-defense or whatever. Or let's say it was an accident. Let's say he's driving a car and probably was some reckless driving and he killed somebody, ran into somebody. You probably wouldn't get him. You wouldn't charge him with first-degree murder. You'll get him on, I don't know, manslaughter. You'll charge him with that, because if you overcharge him, you risk the jury saying not guilty on the overcharge. That's all we are saying. This is overcharging of the charges. I don't mind Diddy going to jail on crimes, but charge him appropriately to prevent setting a bad precedent. From the river to the sea, Diddy will be free. Self-love is so important. That's why I finger. Well, you know what? Oh God, see, you guys, hello. You guys are crazy. Hit that like button, guys. We'll see if there's a verdict tomorrow, though. T-Rim, jaywalking, careful with that. Do that in a city like Atlanta, you will be arrested. Oh man. Oh man. Art of Mine is in the building. Exactly, they were hired to do dances and entertain for the scene. Sex acts are up to them. One said I'd have sex with Cassandra for free. Yes, I did see that interview. Celebrate Life is laughing. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Anybody new to the channel? I pray one of those jurors is smart to realize what this case is really about. Oh, Maria, you got one. You got one. Let me see what that juror was. Let me see. Juror number 25. Let me see. And which was a juror number 25, the person that has caused a chaos inside that court building. Juror number 25 is a 51-year-old male who works as a scientist and lives in Manhattan with his domestic partner. Okay? So that's the one juror right there. You got one juror that is noted right now. Now, who knows? There may be some other jurors also that is not going along with the government's program. They're not going along with the government's games that they're playing right now. And like I said, if I was in that jury, I wouldn't let it be known, my opinions on that. I would just say, well, give me the slip. Where do I put not guilty? You know what I'm saying? You know, where do I put not guilty? I'm not arguing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not having no debates. Give me the slip. Where does it say not guilty? That's all. Somewhere I don't like to do, but I think they won't be able to prove the charges they brought. Hey, we are here right now, and they are deliberating. The jury is deliberating. Should have been state charges. Yes, Jake White, hit the like button. They make up anything on you, says Percy. Ravens fan says, I am personally breaking my laws by having a straight male companion from Cowboys for Angels. You are not breaking any laws. It's 100% legal. $25 through the Cash App. My guy. royal is loyal. Or loyal is royal. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for that $25 to the Cash App. I highly appreciate you. Royal is loyal. Back in the days, Westside TMZ days. Checking in, raising Raze with the $25 to the Cash App. Thank you, Rocky, with the $10 to the Cash App. And all your donations. Because we live. We breaking it down live. People get married over there too. People get married, they be on the steps, and so if you wanna elope real quick, that's the justice of the peace over there. Yeah, Born Ready. Thank you for that, Born Ready. I appreciate you. That $25 to the Cash App, guys. Hit that like button. Born Ready to command you. Like, share, subscribe. Says Born Ready. Let me see. Diddy lawyer, acting filio, last client, got 120 years for RICO sex trafficking, and the jury was smiling and laughing during closing. Hey, okay, well, you know, that's a good point, bro. Yo, oh boy, that's a good point. Yo, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But the thing is, we see now that this juror, we have evidence that this juror is not buying what they're selling. Juror number 25, guys. All eyes on juror number 25. Oh, man. Yeah. 125. Well, man, it is what it is, man. What are you gonna do? Is it? If our agency does not break the law, and you can always trust that we will have full transparency and be upfront. Maria, if regular Joe shares his spliff at a party, they won't call it RICO. It's about the money, says Maria. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly, Maria. I'm trying to knock down precedents today. Oh, boy. Baby oil gang, where y'all Diddy crats at? Killer Rob is in the building. They hating on Puff. What up, Bad? Salute to you, Bad. Like I said, once again, Born Ready. Thank you for that Cash App donation. I appreciate you. SLR Media TV says free Diddy. What about the guns? Well, what about them? I mean, the guns were inside Diddy's house in Florida. Everybody got guns in Florida. They were inside of a security house. I mean, a security room. He pays for security to handle those guns. And I know one of them had the serial number scratched off, but I didn't hear anything about the guns being shot and being investigated about being used in a crime. So, common sense juror, yes. Shout out to juror number 25. We're gonna see, yo, tomorrow morning is gonna be. Now I don't know if we're gonna be out here early in the morning, because like I said, I don't want to keep running out here and they're not gonna have a verdict. But I'm gonna come live early in the morning. Anyway, but probably not from outside. If I feel that they're getting near a verdict, I'll run out here and come live from out here and bring y'all the verdict live, or even if they announce the verdict, I'll still come out here, get some interviews, talk to some people, and ask them what they feel about the verdict. Even if I don't be out here as the verdict is being read, I'll still be live from early in the morning. I'm gonna come live from early in the morning though, just not from out here. Then I can run out here later on. If I get the feeling that they are gonna reach a verdict. You are appreciated, good brother. Keep fighting the good fight. Yes, Born Ready. And guys, and matter of fact, Big Marcus, jury said they need at least 7 days. Word, Big Marcus? Now, I mentioned the drugs, right? Because I said, look, half of America going to be guilty of that. You sharing a blunt with your friends and that you paid for. A lot of people going down for that. If that's drug trafficking, you know what I'm saying? Now, here is the passport bro element of this thing. Yes, the passport bros. I am inside the travel space also. All the new people that has been watching this for the past month. The passport bros. Guys that travel abroad. to get dates and date women. Sometimes, when you travel abroad, some men have been known to hook up with a chick intimately, right? And then convince her to fly out to the United States. If you get in trouble, will the feds call that person, call that Latina that you brung over from the DR, have her go on that stand and say that you coerced her, and then have the prosecution tell you that you took advantage of that poor Dominican chick. You dangled a house, you dangled money, US dollars in front of that chick. You flew her to the United States, even though you are in a relationship with that Dominican chick. I'm not talking about prostitution. I'm talking maybe she's playing you, maybe she's acting like she like you, maybe you really, or maybe y'all really love each other, but things go south. You get arrested eventually. The feds realize that you brung a chick over. Maybe y'all had some arguments, whatever. They say, you know what? Let's get her in. Let's give her immunity. Let's threaten her with maybe some type of criminal charge. But we're going to give you immunity if you testify to bring this passport bro down. That's what we are looking at, guys. Hit the like button. That is the game that's being played. That is the game that's being played, guys. Like it or not. It's the reality. The precedent is about to be set. Maria says exactly. And like I said, Maria, Jane said she was in a relationship with the dude. Cassie was in a relationship with the dude, and they're still getting them to testify. Jane is pleading with them, saying, I was in love with the man. I'm still in love with the man. And they're still saying that, no, the government is still saying, no, Jane, you are a victim, Jane. I need you to come on the stand and tell the world that you are a victim. Tell the world that Diddy coerced you. No, Jane, you wasn't a willing participant. You are a victim, Jane. Come testify on behalf of the government so we can nail that Puff Daddy character. Hit that like button, guys. Big Marcus says, yup, yeah. These women didn't want to come down and testify against Diddy. They were forced to. They were subpoenaed to. Because they were told they were victims, or they are victims. By the government. Obviously, the feds really want to get, I don't know what Diddy did to somebody. I mean, they copy and pasted, pieced together a hell of a RICO racketeering conspiracy case. I don't know what Diddy did to these people. I don't know what Diddy, what did you do to these people, Diddy? They want you bad, bro. They want you bad, bro. God, I mean, you know, I don't know what else. I don't know. It's wild. It's wild. And once again, I'm going to keep saying for the 50th time, or the 500th time maybe, if they would have charged the guy properly and got him within the statute of limitations for the assault on Cassie, I would have said good. I would have said guilty and let the judge sentence him to whatever. But he's not charged with that, guys. I don't know, guys. You know, let's see what's going on. He's made his bed, so he has to deal with the consequences. Consequences of what? Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, if he, oh boy, if he, you know, have beef with some people in high places and they coming at him. It is what it is. So he's going to have to hope his dream team did their job enough to convince those jurors, which I think they did. Because all he needs is one juror to continue to hold firm and say not guilty, guys. That juror number 25 need to hold firm. Don't get pressured. Don't get bullied, juror number 25. If you're watching Raze tonight, hold firm. You're not supposed to be watching me right now, but I'm quite sure you are. The jury is not sequestered. He cooks, that's 450, 456 casino. Should have been state charges. Should have been charged like Harvey Weinstein by the state. Why are you so caught up on Diddy? He fumbled the bag. Oh boy, I'm caught up on it because it sets a bad precedent. And it's going to, I don't know if you're a man or female, but if you're a male, I just gave you the reasons why I'm talking about it, because it sets a horrible precedent. And people like you, if you are a male, you are opening yourself up, even if you're a female and you get high and you share drugs with people. Now, I'm not saying you're a drug user or nothing like that. I don't do drugs. But we all got friends and family that get high a little bit, right? And it's opened up a Pandora's box. That's why people are in tune to this, right? Because it sets a precedent. I just mentioned the Pastor Bro stuff. Hell, people were intrigued by the O.J. Simpson trial, and people were invested in that. And that trial was not as important about setting a precedent as far as drugs and as far as prostitution as this trial is, because they're going to be using this conviction to get you maybe in the future on the same charges, the same vague charges, dropping the atomic bomb of the RICO on people, and it's going to be hard for people to get out of. Now, I heard that the 95% conviction rate they have is because a lot of people just plead out and do a plea deal. If they have a hung jury, would Diddy just take a plea deal at the end? Because he's going to be may get retried. Then he just like, you know what? Let's do this plea deal. What do y'all got for me? Can we do time served? Can I do like some years of probation? Because I don't want to get retried and go through all this. I got to pay these lawyers again double. You know what I'm saying? I got to pay these lawyers again double. They still might not give me bail. You know what I'm saying? So this can go either way. This can, but like I said, don't let anybody tell you that Diddy didn't have a good day, because they're lying. They're lying. Once that one juror said he's not following instructions, Diddy had a great day. Diddy had a great day. He has hope now that his lawyer got to one of the jurors during his final closeout statement. Don't let them lie to you guys. Oh, y'all couldn't hear me? Sorry about that. My fault. I was talking. Y'all couldn't hear me? Now y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me now? Travel shortcuts. Yo, travel shortcuts. Salute, travel shortcuts. Yeah, I took the headphone out. Sometimes, yeah. My fault, guys. Don't let people fool you guys into thinking Diddy didn't have a great day today. Once that juror, number 25, said he doesn't want to participate, that does not mean, that means Diddy had a great day, because that gives Diddy hope. That gives Diddy hope, guys. And that means Mark Atlifilo got to at least one juror. Now, I don't know what other juror he got to. Maybe there's some other juror that's feeling the same way as juror number 25, but it just didn't voice their opinion. Remember, there's 8 men on that jury. 8 men and 4 women. Like I said, I'll be live tomorrow morning. Then later on, we'll come back out here. In the event there is a, I suspect them to be delivering for like another few hours tomorrow. So we'll make it out here, but I'll come live early to see about the whole drug distribution thing, what Diddy's defense team is going to say about that. So it's going to be another interesting day tomorrow at the court. Feels good out here right now. Let's take a walk over there. Let's see who's outside. Let's see if anybody outside over there. On the other side. Let's take a walk around here, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Problem is, kaboom, guess who stepped in the room? Shout out to you, Future World Films. We're gonna walk over there, see who outside. Over here at the Diddy trial. Let me try not to jaywalk and break the law. Because they said you break the law, you go to jail no matter what. So I'm gonna try not to break the law by jaywalking. Yeah, Chris J, we're gonna do some travel content once this trial is over, once the verdict is read. We'll see. I'm still gonna be doing my hot topics, and we'll see what comes up. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what comes up. Maybe take a trip. I see some people in the travel space about the, they're gearing up to go on trips. Thailand, Dominican Republic, Sasua. There's been some people that got scoped by that scopolamine out there in Medellin also. So we got some stuff. So nobody out here right now over here on this side. Late night. Let me ask you, Teresa, do you think it's okay that what Diddy has done? I said I would find him guilty if he was charged with abuse. I said I would find him guilty, but unfortunately he's not charged with that. So no, even the people that's saying they don't want him to be convicted on trafficking and stuff like that, say that what he did was wrong and bad. But that's not 15 years to life in prison. See, people were trying to get him on the abuse, but he's not charged with it, so they want to. And I said this when I first started covering this, when I first started coming out here. Will the jury convict him of racketeering, even though this is not really a racketeering case, just to get him because he beat up Cassie on the video as some like revenge? But I'm like, well, Cassie already got 30 million out of that, so there's no need to avenge her. She's been already on audio threatening to kill a man, which I played. I can't play it now because I'm not on StreamYard. So let me ask you, who just asked me that question? Teresa, do you believe Cassie's behavior is proper for her to threaten a man? Do you believe her sexual ways was improper? Because obviously she was on video with DJ Woo Kid, and the guy said he had the video, and Cassie threatened to kill this guy and chop him up into pieces. It played in the court. So Teresa, I asked you, Teresa Williams, do you agree with the way Cassie behaved? Because it seemed like to me, people just want to have accountability for Diddy, but not these 304s that chase the fame, chase the money. She didn't have to get with Diddy. Wasn't she married already to another celebrity or whatever, or singer, or she was a boyfriend, she cheated on that boyfriend to get with Diddy, and she stayed with him like 11 years. So do you agree with her behavior? So I twist the question back on you. I just say these were all consenting adults. What were we doing here? We're in toxic, swinger-like relationships. Let me see. I think, oh, what up, Jones Bones with the $4.99 donation. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. I think we are seeing the end of the begging, cough-me, fundraising era. Listen, we not seeing the end of my damn cerveza fund, though. Hey, send it in. We drinking. I'm going to get me a couple of beers tonight after I get back. But shout out to you, Jones Bones with the $4.99. I seen my guy NYC The Future had himself a fundraiser. He's been fundraising for Thailand. So I think he'll hit his goal eventually. Jones Bones. Yeah, Jones Bones. He's gonna hit that goal eventually. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But thank you for that $5. Teresa Williams says, no, I was talking to Maria. I just want him to be charged with what they can prove, not something that they can't. Okay, Teresa. All right. I mean, yeah, Future is struggling to raise for his Thailand trip. Hey, I mean, listen, when you get it, he get it. If you gotta go back to DR, bunk it. Go someplace cheaper. I think he could go to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is pretty cheap out of New York City. Most months anyway. He could call an audible and say, you know what, I'm gonna just go to Costa Rica. There's some fine beauties out there. But don't get hit with no sex trafficking charge. Hey, don't fall in love, Pastor Bros. Don't fall in love with those chicks abroad and try to bring them back to the States. You're going to get hit with the sex trafficking. Even if you're in love. Even if the girl says she loves you, the government going to tell them, no, you're a victim. You were trafficked here. He took advantage of you. We got to arrest him, put him in jail 15 years. Come testify. Hit that like button, guys. Lower Manhattan, Chinatown. Yeah. I came out here, I was gonna get my roast duck. I ain't even get my roast duck yet. I did not even get my roast duck yet. But thanks to that Cash App, I'm definitely gonna get some roast duck before I break out of here. Roast duck. Cassie wanted money and got it. She took advantage of him. Also, yeah, I mean, it was a thing of them all taking advantage of each other, man. Let's be honest. Like I said, for me, as long as there was no underage kids involved, it's all good in the hood with me. And if I was a juror, I would say not guilty. Consenting adults, yeah. Sometimes he would convince her and Cassie to do stuff, but it's just, that's just back and forth. They could have left the relationship and say, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't have to fly in that plane and go beat him at that island. She kept doing it for 3 years, Jane did. So Cassie been doing it for 11 years. So jury needs to exercise jury nullification. Yes, and I believe that's what's going on right now. No, I know that's what's going on right now because they said it. They said it. So Diddy has a great shot of beating these charges via hung jury, not acquittal, not full acquittal, because it needs 12 to say not guilty. But mistrial, hung jury, that type of stuff. Then we'll see if they work on a plea deal and just, say enough, So I doubt he will want to be retried. And listen, being retried is better than being convicted, though. But I would doubt he would want to go through that whole process again. He probably like, look, let's do a plea deal and just get this over with. Oh, this wind feel good. Hey Zed, You said they should hire me as a court scriber. They might want to hire me as the court broom man, the guy that sweep the floors. All right. Like, here's a strong guy right here. Take this broom and sweep this big old courtroom. He can do it. They ain't hiring me. They hire me to wash the bathrooms. Nah, hit that like button, just playing around. Let me see. Like I said, all the tens is they're gonna be back out here tomorrow. But the thing is, guys, I don't know if there's gonna be a verdict tomorrow. That's the thing. You know? Over under, what's gonna be the verdict? I mean, will there be a verdict tomorrow? If Diddy denies the plea deal, what will happen? If it's a hung jury and he denies the plea deal, what's gonna happen is he's gonna have to wait for to see if the feds drop the case. Or not drop the case if they decide to retry, or just don't pursue any more charges and let him go. More than likely, they'll just keep him there, and I don't know if he'll get a bail, keep him there, and they'll try to retry him with a whole new jury. See, man, the feds, man, when they really want to, no matter how much money you got, they could grab you by the balls. Raze, you actually put out content. I just hope Cassie is also drinking her husband. Oh, come on. Oh, man. And like I said, shout out to Born Ready, my guy. You're still here. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy says Rico. Diddy extorted 20K from Cassie's mama. No, he didn't exactly do that. He never told Cassie's mother that he's gonna release her freak off. Cassie told her mother that. Diddy never told Cassie's mother that. He wanted that $20,000 because he caught her cheating with Kid Cudi, and he wanted to recoup the money for studio time and the money that he put up for her career. And she sent her mother a message saying, "Oh, he caught me with Kid Cudi, and he's gonna release my freak off tapes. He's threatening to release it, but really he wanted that money for the career he put up." So I guess Cassie added some extra sauce to it. I mean, Diddy probably could have told Cassie this, but Cassie told her mother that she needed $20,000. So what better way to get money from her mother? Her own mother in a mail, just say, "Hey, he threatened to release a freak off. Mom, can I borrow or have $20,000? Diddy never told Cassie's mother that. Now, he did call the mother and ask her for the 20 grand because I guess Cassie said, "My mom's have the money," because she took out the loan. But then they sent the money. I mean, like I said, I could believe he told Cassie that, but he was mad about Kid Cudi thing. It's all relationship type stuff, guys. And then he sent the money back to Cassie's parents a week later. So, but originally he wanted the money because of her cheating on him with Kid Cudi, or what he perceived to be cheating. I don't know if they were still together or not. You see, when I break it down exactly what really happened, people take pause, and that's what's going on with Juror Number 25. Juror Number 25 actually listened to the facts of what was going on inside that courtroom, and Juror Number 25 said, "You know what? I'm not playing this game that the government is playing." And I applaud Juror Number 25. Now let's see if Juror Number 25 sticks to his guns. Diddy gave that money. Yeah, he gave the money back. He sent the money back. This is a domestic violence dispute. None of the actions affect us. Says Melissa. Yeah, no, this is domestic. This is all domestic violence. This is grown folks doing idiotic stuff, engaging in swinger lifestyles. Sometimes they get violent. Sometimes there's some give and take. Sometimes there's some disputes of whether or not they want to be involved in certain sex acts or not. But at the end of the day, they did the sex acts, and now they have a regret about doing the sex acts. And the government is forcing them to come in here and claim that they were victims. And this is where we at right now. And we'll see what the jury is going to decide. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we have a verdict. Or hung jury or whatever. Or what? How you doing, the executive director? The judge is jealous of Diddy's money, says Raven. Hit that like button, guys. Everybody new to the channel, guys. You know, this trial is about setting precedent. I'm gonna come back live. Hopefully, Juror 25 don't end up missing. You're right about that. Can you imagine? There's so many twists and turns right now. What's going on with this case, man? It's pretty chaotic right now. And it being chaotic helps Diddy. No, don't let nobody fool you. This juror thing helps Diddy. It gives him hope. Diddy's defense team needs some chaos. That way it'll help them on appeal too. For if they are convicted, they need chaos in this, in which they are getting right now. They are getting a proper amount of chaos that they need. And like I said, they only need one. They only need one juror to say not guilty, to throw everything out of loop, out of whack. Like, share, subscribe, says Born Ready. They police Diddy's bedroom, they will police your bedroom activities next. Hit that like button, guys. God protect Juror 25 at all costs. All eyes is on Juror 25, guys. First thing first in the morning, though, at 9 o'clock, they're going to argue about what is drug distribution. Diddy's team is going to have a response to the prosecution that said, yes, that does mean drug distribution if Diddy gave it to one person to another. And Diddy's defense is going to give their definition of drug distribution. And then we see what the judge say. We're going to take it from there, and more deliberations. And how many more are going to be sent to the judge as the jury is deliberating. Throwing stuff on the wall to see what sticks is pathetic. And the line holders right there, that the tent. Hit that like button. Hit the like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel. All right, guys. I think we're good for right now. Thank you, Born Ready. Thank you, Rocky, for the donations, and everybody else for the donations. We will be back live tomorrow morning to see what happens. Will there be a verdict tomorrow? Will people be celebrating Diddy is found guilty in all charges? Or will we have to wait some more, another day after tomorrow? Or will there be a hung jury? Will there be a full acquittal? We'll find out tomorrow, guys. We will find out tomorrow, guys. Shout out to everybody for joining. Me and let me go get me some duck. Salute.